I'm sure that many people are familiar with the date September 11th, 2001. However, it is rare to meet someone aware of the true marks it has left on society. September 11th, more commonly known as 9/11, was a detrimental attack on America's patronage. Led by Osama bin Laden, the Islamic extremist group Al-Qaeda at first had noble intentions: to aid freeing Afghanistan from the Soviet Union during the Afghan-Soviet War. However, as time progressed, Al-Qaeda turned farther and farther away from innocents, killing thousands of victims. The U.S. was safe for a while, until the Gulf War. U.S. troops were stationed in sacred grounds in Saudi Arabia, and when Al-Qaeda heard of this, they were furious. When the word got out to bin Laden, one thing led to another. He quotes, "We declared jihad against the U.S. government because the U.S. government is unjust, criminal, and tyrannical. It has committed acts that are extremely unjust, hideous, and criminal, whether directly or through its support of the Israeli occupation." This caused all of Al-Qaeda to jump into action and start planning the ultimate attack. Then came that fateful morning, the one that would forever change the fate of Al-Qaeda. Crashing 4 commercial airplanes, the terrorists attacked the World Trade Center and the Pentagon, causing casualties. Many survivors are also known to suffer from health problems like asthma, PTSD, depression, and heart disease. After a short time, word got out to the former President George Bush, and he launched 2 almost immediate responses to help push the anti-terrorism movement. The first was the TSA. At every airport in the U.S., the TSA is a screening stage to prevent the smuggling of illegal substances, weapons, and possibly hazardous materials onto airplanes. This helps prevent airplane hijacking, drug smuggling, and human trafficking, as some of the main examples. The TSA made plane travel safe again and has stopped countless bombs and weapons from getting into the air. But the TSA isn't the only action President Bush took. He also created a national movement known as Operation Enduring Freedom. Operation Enduring Freedom, although its lighthearted name, is a military campaign preventing terrorist activity. Under Bush's guide, Operation Enduring Freedom was able to destroy 14 terrorist training centers, 13 Al-Qaeda command centers, and forced the Taliban to surrender major cities after they refused to give up Osama. Operation allowed the U.S. an upper hand in the war on terror. The War on Terror was the longest in American history. It killed 4.5 million people and cost $8 trillion to fund. The war was declared over after 20 years of fighting on May 2, 2003. However, after the war, Operation Enduring Freedom stayed busy with the search for Osama bin Laden. Eventually, the search team turned into small elite units and the FBI, where after years of searching, they managed to track Osama down at a large compound in Bilal town, Abbottabad, Pakistan. Once they identified his whereabouts, they sent in the military group Devru to capture him and bring him back for judgment. However, during the mission, there were a few mishaps, and for the ultimate success of the mission, Navy SEAL Rob O'Neill had to shoot and kill bin Laden. After his death, they confirmed his identity and buried him at sea, trying their best to follow most of Islamic tradition. "9/11 has left a scar in American history, one big enough that history would remember it for many years to come. But along with the trauma and pain it brought, it also helped bring America together. It taught us to be strong and trust in one another. It taught us to grieve sometimes and fight at others. But most importantly, it taught us how to be courageous.